I want everyone to know that we've been recording for an hour 25. I would not be shocked if some of this doesn't make it in.
Hi, my name is Daniel.
Hi, my name is Christian.
And we are Good Guy, Bad Pants. Welcome to episode 2 of Good Guy, Bad Pants Show.
Oh my god, we made it. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening, Daniel.
Well, so we were just talking off air.
Yeah, we were talking.
As we do. Something weird I'll start out with. I always choose like a different camera angle than most people because I have like a set camera for this. So like I always just feel like, and I just feel like I'm a smaller person than everybody that I'm on here with, when in reality I'm a bigger person than almost everybody I'm on here with. And so like when I podcast, I have a little bit of a short man complex, a little bit of a Napoleonic complex, because you look like you look like my dad right now. Like you look like you're about to take me to school. I mean, it's not bad. Like just size wise. Like I'm not saying that like you look like a dad. I'm just saying like I'm just sitting over here like, hello dad, how much longer before we get to school? and you're just over here like, well son.
It's been a week since we recorded the last one of these. I think
how do you
it was
feel?
a Tuesday, and now it's a Wednesday. How do I feel today or since?
Like how do you feel about it?
Oh, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time.
Yeah. One of the cool things is seeing the people pop up that used to pop up for Way Off Broadway again. Like people be excited for this, which is cool. So yes. But we're talking about there's a John Prine album, and I don't really know if this has anything to do with anything, but it's called The Missing Years. And it's kind of a play off of like Jesus, when like there's that stretch of time where we don't know what happened, the missing years.
Wine was flowing, so were beers. So Jesus found his missing years. He went to a dance and said, "This don't move me." So he hiked up his pants and he went to a movie. On his 13th birthday, he saw Rebel Without a Cause. He went straight on home and invented Santa Claus, who gave him a gift and he responded in kind. He gave the gift of love and went out of his mind.
Yeah.
So we were kind of talking about the missing years, which is kind of what's gone on since we were last on the stage, catching all of the flowers that were being thrown our way amongst them.
Yes.
But Christian now has a successful wrestling company called Newborn
cool.
Wrestling. Successful. I'd say it's successful.
Appreciate it.
And he's got probably, would you say, the biggest show?
Oh, for sure. At least the most expensive.
Yeah. So, like this will come
it's
after the
bananas.
fact. So like, yeah.
It's bananas,
Like it is so cool to like for Mark, for instance. Mark poured into us very early on, and now to see what you are able to do, and like I help out with some of his like graphics, like, but like just to be able to see that, like it's like that book, the kid's
What
book.
book?
You know, the book where it's like this kid keeps washing shit down the toilet.
No.
Okay, let me find it. Like, and but basically the gist of the book is that like it shows the mom and the son's relationship. It's kind of like it's almost like the last 5 years. Hear me out. It starts out with the baby and the mom, and it ends with the son taking care of the mom as she took care of him as a kid. So it's like a full circle type deal. And that's kind of what it kind of feels like to be able to do for Mark, for me on a much smaller level. So for you to do something that he's been talking about for a long time, and you've been able to do, it's really cool.
Well, it was super fun, but because like in the inception of this, like, and I don't know if this episode is just going to be like the Inside MBW episode, but it could be, I don't know. But the thing with Mark was always, if I was doing it, like I was going to do it different from everybody else. I wanted to do kind of my own thing with it. with Alex too, but especially with Mark, because I felt almost as though, like, not in a debt way, but I did feel like I owe it to Mark to make this the best that it can be. Like, if it was going to be one show, if it was going to be 3 shows, if it was going to be 10 shows, whatever it's going to be, I owe it to Mark to do this right. And because Mark, to me, represents just this endearing trust that, for me, does not feel earned. And it kind of, for me, it's kind of, and it's become a thing with the whole roster of, like, guys who are just trusting me. They're trusting the platform I'm providing to do right by them. And so, like, Mark was always going to be the guy. He had to be the guy.
He told me that just like yesterday almost, because like everything that's been going on and he's kind of been playing devil's advocate with, which it'll all, like, it's nothing bad. It's something cool and exciting that's on the verge. But he was like, I literally had an hour-long conversation with Christian where I was like, are you sure you want me to be your heavyweight champion? Like, are you sure? Like, he's like, I drilled the shit out of him before I agreed to do it.
Oh yeah, like, if anything, I think he actually, so, like, this might be contrary to what people would assume, but Mark actively tried to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't want to do it, but he wanted to make sure I was absolutely sure this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. He's a very giving man.
Oh yeah, oh my God. He is truly the man. And this will come out after the show, and this is not exclusively a wrestling podcast. We just talk about what we're doing sometimes. But the thing is, I can say from the past, speaking for the future, it's gonna be bananas. Like, truly, it's going, like, I am convinced it's gonna be kind of this really cool defining moment for us, and I don't know what attendance will be on Saturday. I have a close idea. It's gonna be a peer pack no matter what. But yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm tired. But it's gonna be a good time.
I am enjoying this tonight.
Ooh, very cool.
It is
crisp. That's a way to spell that.
Wedding Crasher and Gush Mints, or Gas Mints, and it is
crazy.
I sent you a video. It was a kid interviewing Lin-Manuel Miranda. Did you have a chance to watch that?
Yeah.
Is that not the cutest? Like, Lin-Manuel Miranda. This is our reoccurring segment of just like us, like, just talking about how much we love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I've got him right here. I got him in the palm of my hand.
You are now hearing the electrifying sounds of a visual bit.
Come on, bud.
Ha! So funny.
You know what I'm thinking right now? I'm like, how long is this going to be funny? And when will this stop being funny? Because
turn that head a little bit.
His fucking mullet is stopping it.
That's not a mullet?
Is this a mullet? It's kind of a mullet.
Well, like, the sides would have to be shaved for it to be a mullet.
Welcome to the Lin-Manuel Miranda spot. Welcome to the Lin-Manuel Miranda spot. Yeah, we're just like a country. We are really hungry.
Yeah, we're so hungry. And we're not going to throw away our shot. So this will be the segment where we say one thing we appreciate about Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't know how long this will go, because eventually we'll run out of things, but then we'll just talk about how much we love him again. So here's my thing. Are you ready, Daniel? Are you ready for my thing about Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Hold on, actually, because like my eye really itches, and like it feels like if you're watching this, it would feel like I wasn't caring, and this is something that I really want to care about. So I just want to make sure that I have my full attention to give to you. What is one thing that you really appreciate about our friend?
So during COVID, every day he would send a good morning and good night tweet. That was always a good word of whatever. And after COVID, he published it as a book. And it's just a feel-good, read one in the morning, read one at night, and you just, like, have a good outlook on life. And I really love that he did that, because at that point, a lot of people needed that. And it's my favorite book to buy as a gift for people because it's just feel good, cool, easy stuff. Thank you, Lin.
Thank you, Lynn. I itched again. Oh, sorry. So I sent you this.
All right, do you want to ask your last question, which I think is actually very beautiful?
Yes. Have you ever felt like hiding?
Have I ever felt like hiding? Oh, all the time. Sure. When I was writing Moana's song, she sings a song called How Far I'll Go, and I was having trouble with it. I was just like, I don't know what she wants to say. And do you know what I did? I went back to my parents' house, and I went back to my bedroom when I was a kid because I wanted to reconnect with being a kid and being like, I love it here, but I also want to get out of here. And so, and going back into my old bedroom, like, helped me reconnect with all that. And that's where I wrote the song. So I needed to hide to write that song.
You know what? Everybody feels like hiding at some point.
Yeah. There's always a time when you got to just kind of go off and regroup, right? Where you're like, you know what? I need a break. Sometimes my kids tell me, I'm not mad. I just need space. Yeah. And you just go give them space. And sometimes you need space.
The ability to like handle that. Like, what would you do if a kid asked you, do you ever feel like hiding? I would be like, I would either be very blunt.
All the time.
I would just be like, brother, it does not get better from here, my friend. Like,
no, that's the hardest part at the high school, especially with seniors this time of year.
Yeah.
Because they're ready to go. They're ready to be done with high school. They're ready for all the exciting things about being an adult. And I'm like, guys, no. Be a kid. It only gets worse. And they're like, no, how could it be worse? I'm like, no, this is the least stressed you will ever be in your entire life. And they're like, but I'm so stressed right now. I'm like,
right.
Well, brother.
Like, hey, man, like, staying up all night to write a paper doesn't seem so bad right about now. Like,
oh my God, that's
like just
feels
popping
like a dream.
Popping a Adderall that was prescribed to you, and then going to the library for there at Campbell, there was like an all-night section where you could just go that was always open, and just like churning something out. And the best part about that is you do all of that, and it's shit, and you get a B. But if you do that as an adult, like like it doesn't work out like that for the most part.
No.
There was a time where Algebra 1, there was a time when Algebra 2 and Geometry were like the worst things that had ever happened to me. Like that was like those were like legitimately like probably on my Mount Rushmore of like things that had happened to me that were bad. We just lost Lynn. But yeah, it does. Yeah, but if a kid asked me that, I'd be like, hell yeah, I feel like hiding. I feel like hiding right now. Like this is, like, I am not, like, my social anxiety is off the charts right now, little dude. And there is nothing I would like more than to fake a phone call and go home. So to be able to handle it with the grace that he did is this week's reason that I appreciate Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Can we talk about Twilight?
Please. Don't.
Here's my thing. If you saw a dude come out of the woods in jorts and no shirt, shredded to hell, with perfectly gelled hair, carrying your unconscious daughter, my first thing wouldn't be to thank that person. My first thing would be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you have my daughter? Where is your shirt? Why aren't you wearing shoes? Like, what is happening right now? But he was just like, thank God you found her.
So I think 100% of Twilight is 100% problematic, and I will fight anyone on that. Like, it's wild. It's so bad. It's that, like, there's a whole new generation who loves Twilight, but not for the same as the generation before them, because it's just known as a very bad movie, a bad written movie, and all the things.
Yeah.
But is it quotable? Absolutely. Can you tell that Robert Pattinson is actively hating every bit of this? Yes. If you ever go back and watch his press tours, have you ever done that?
Yo, so this is an inside scoop. This is an inside scoop here.
Okay.
He took Harry Potter really seriously, like way too seriously. Like he got like like Daniel Day-Lewis level into it, like where like he was his character, and it took him until like the part 2 of the last Twilight movie to finally get over losing the Goblet of Fire.
That's pretty funny. Pretty method, that Robert Pattinson.
But listen, go back in time. Sorry for interrupting you. If you would like to, you could take this over, but I feel like I have something that I'm cooking with. But you might also have something you're cooking with. If you would like to cook, I will let you cook. But I feel like I also
I'm gonna let
have
you cook. I
Okay.
insist.
Imagine going back to the dude, Christian high school graduation, mouth wide open, and you're just like, hey, you know fucking Twilight? That's gonna be your favorite Batman.
That's amazing. Yes, and he is.
He's
the
right.
best one. A lot of people disagree with me on that, but I feel like, and this is very niche, but I feel like he is the best Batman because it's year 2, and what makes Batman cool is who he is as Batman, and the mask he wears is Bruce, and Bruce is the performance. Like, that's what it's meant to be. So the idea that in this movie, he is so bad at being Bruce, and he hasn't figured out how to be the charming guy yet. Like, I just love that. That's a fun little detail.
So you kind of think of it like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like there are 2 people living in the same body here to some extent.
Yeah.
What are some things that you think that he does while he's Bruce Wayne, but like he's being Batman? Like what are like like do you think that he's ever like going to a movie and he's like, I'll have 2 for Dark Knight Rises? Like do you think that like sometimes he just forgets? And like,
Like shit.
how do you want your burger?
To turn off the voice. Rachel.
So the question that brought that up, do you think that there's anything other than like maybe like slipping voice that like would come through where he's like, oh shit, I'm Bruce Wayne?
I think he's probably brooding too much. Like he just kind of like a conversation. He's in a conversation, and like he's not super part of it, so he just like slowly backs up and like is just observing as his fucking Joe Goldberg inner monologue is going nuts.
Yeah. What would they call it? RFB, or RBF, resting Batman face.
And he's just like,
I have resting Batman face all the time. Like
Yeah?
the words, like I don't like, and I don't realize it. Like, so there are certain people that like. Do you have certain people that like you just don't have the energy to necessarily hide how you feel about them?
yeah, I don't have a poker face actually. If I'm like, if I'm annoyed, I just look annoyed. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that.
Same here. I was like, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. What's wrong? He's like, you look like you want to fucking die.
That's such a real thing.
Oh, shit, do I really? Like, oh, I'm so fucking sorry.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
My
We'll be
face
at-
is a liar.
We'll be at like dinner at like oh, this is happening. Like, so I've been to the world of kids' birthday parties, which as an introvert are the fucking worst. Like kids' birthday parties are the fucking worst because you know one person there most of the time, and they know everybody there. Like, so like,
It's like visiting a friend at college.
yeah, yes,
And you
100%.
kind of depend on them socially, and they're like, I got a whole room, I gotta work it.
Like, hey, you see that girl over there? I'm trying to. You're gonna have to fucking just.
So walk to the corner and just look at your phone. You're fine. Michael in the bathroom. Do you remember that song, Michael in the bathroom?
Oh, from here. Let me guess. Be more chill.
Ooh, yes. Look at you.
Yeah, let's play a game here. You ask me five Honestly, however much you tell me a song name and I have to tell you which musical it's from. If you want to. If you want to. You don't have to.
Ooh,
I
Blood
feel
in
like
the Water.
Blood in the Water is Heather's.
No. I'll give you three guesses.
So, Blood in the Water. No, that was the song where Blood in the Water is Legally Blonde.
Yes.
The one I was thinking of is when the girl is in the boat and it's like really sad.
Oh, Lifeboat.
Lifeboat, yes.
Yeah,
So
that song's so sad. So I want to, and we can post this on Way Up Broadway. I want to give a little inside scoop to how that episode came together. I knew the movie and I knew the musical, right? So I inherently knew it was funny, like it's meant to be dark humory. I think I was so uncomfortable because I knew you were so uncomfortable with what the subject matter was. Because if you didn't know it was a comedy, this is like, what is this musical? What is happening? They're killing people. They're faking. What is happening? And I was just like, I'm so sorry. And that was like probably the not worst, as in like it wasn't fun. It was fun to record it, but it was like I'm so sorry. You need to know this is a comedy. You need to know because you opened it with like a disclaimer about if you need help, suicide prevention hotline, and like it was like, oh, we are setting the tone in a very interesting way, which was a good move. It was the right move to do that, but Heathers, yeah.
What are your least favorite musicals that we covered on there? Like on like a list.
Let me pull up the deal real quick.
There are some that I probably would never listen to again, and I don't know if that's fair. I don't know, but I probably would never listen
to the wrong version of it. That's also a thing.
I did not really enjoy Damn Yankees.
That's okay.
That's the one where the dude was in his living room, right? Or is that Life After High School?
Huh?
There was one where like a dude like narrator was in his like living room, and that like he was like the overarching theme of the musical, but like different parts.
Well, like the start of Damn Yankee starts in the living room with the like 6 months out of every year. Like that song is like kind of set in multiple living rooms.
Maybe I don't dislike because what you just sang right there.
That was the one about the baseball player, about the old guy who sells his soul to the devil to be the greatest baseball player who ever lived to help the Washington, whatever the old name was like win the pennant from the Yankees.
Yeah.
Because those damn Yankees, why can't we beat them? And he's like, I would sell my soul, and then knock knock, you ring, and it's my favorite bit. It's so good. There's some good music in there. Like, there's only 2 or 3 songs I really like, but those are pretty good songs. I'm gonna name musicals that I think you didn't like.
Okay.
First off, is there Life After High School? I think you hated that.
I think I hated a lot of things at that time. Like I was just a nasty person. Like not like I honestly to God I couldn't tell you a single fucking thing about Is There Life After High School.
Oh, there's no plot, so like that,
like I don't. I honestly like do not remember that enough to know even if I hated it or not. So I don't know if that's good.
Okay, let's go. I think you liked Charlie Brown. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was okay. I probably would never listen to it on my own again, but I enjoyed it. There were some that were like, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to this again," and there were some that just like, "No."
I hated Drowsy Chaperone.
Probably, yeah. I don't remember enough of it.
You hated Thoroughly Modern Millie.
I don't remember enough of it. Like, I feel really sexist right now. Like, I don't.
You know, it was my season of strong female leads.
Yeah.
I did a whole season of it. I don't know if I ever made that public, but that was the idea of just strong female leads. I know you hated Cats more than life itself.
Yes, but I do feel like there is a world where you and I could find a way to make that enjoyable.
Oh, there probably is a Yeah, I think there might be a way. Music Man, I don't think you liked.
I liked Music Man.
Okay.
76 trombones in the big parade. 76 trombones. Dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun,
that's
dun,
the
dun.
same lyric twice.
Hey, I don't know.
I'd like to think that you like Sweeney and Into the Woods, but like that may have been
Yes, I did.
you did. That's
Yes.
nice to know. That's very nice to know.
Yeah. That was the
Um,
other video that Lin-Manuel Miranda was talking about, was how do you sing fast? And he was talking about how Sondheim just said, like, if you need that, you just can't have H's in the words because like you can't sing, like it like takes a whole breath and then you're fucked.
I have somewhere. It's in a box right now. I have this little rhyming dictionary that my dad got for me for Christmas a few years back. That was the same one that Sondheim would famously had. That it's just like it's a rhyming dictionary. Like it's just
Yeah.
but it's just like very fun because once you really start digging into that, you're like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
yes, he was. But this is why, as shows were happening, there's examples of he's writing the show in rehearsal. Like he's not done. Like the person's like, "Are you done with my song?" And he's like, "I'm not done with your song yet." Like there's a lot of famous, like Merrily We Roll Along, which was a flop of a musical.
Yeah.
At least its first run. But the deal with that was like he was writing it as they were going. Like that's just the matter of the fact. It's just like basically the whole thing and rewrites as they went. And then it ran like 4 days and then it closed.
Yeah. We should do a Stephen Sondheim episode where we tell his life story.
That would be
That'd
fun.
be really interesting.
I think, and there's so much there. There's so much there, and we could intermix some music in there too, which might be fun. That's really cool. I think you didn't like Assassins.
I did like Assassins. I do want to take it aside though, because that kind of reminded me of this. This is a book called The Meaning of Life. It's by Douglas Adams and John Lloyd. Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
My favorite books series. But this is a dictionary of words that don't exist, but they think should, that are words that we don't currently have a name for. So this is linsafarne. It is the descriptive of a pleasant smell of an empty biscuit tin.
Okay.
Hinstridge, the dried yellow substance found between the prongs of forks in restaurants.
Do you know how much of an ego you have to have? Be like, hey, there's a lot of words that I say that people should know what they mean. They're not words, but I'm gonna write a book that showcases all the words I use that none of you motherfuckers know about.
This is gliminalt, the kind of guilt which you'd completely forgotten about, which comes roaring back on discovering an old letter in the cupboard.
So I have a made up word that I use on the regular. You've probably heard me use this word, disoppressing.
I don't know that I've heard that one.
So disoppressing is disappointing and depressing at the same time. It's disoppressing.
I like that. I'm going to leave us with this one. Dipple. To try to remove a sticky something from one hand with the other, thus causing it to get stuck to the other hand and eventually to anything else you try to remove with it. Dipple. Verb.
Verb.
Meaning
That's
of lift.
amazing.
This
That's
cost
amazing.
$1.95 when it came out. I'm going to ask you, because on the first ever episode of Live Effler, we took turns interviewing each other.
Okay.
So, like, I want to, like, find out things that I've never known about you. So I'm going to ask you some random things
Yeah, let's do it.
that nobody has probably ever asked you before.
Okay.
What is your favorite candle scent? Like, is it like a sweet?
It's called Midnight Summer.
Okay, and what does that
Yankee
smell
Candle. It's almost kind of like a cologne smelling, just like, you know those blue colognes, how they're always like smell good. That and, and tangerine vanilla, I really like too.
as we Americans like to call orange dreamsicle.
I hate that so much.
Orange dreamsicle has gotten out of control. I'm just going to say that right
They
now.
think too much about themselves, okay?
It's everywhere. Everybody thinks that we need an orange dreamsicle version of your product. We don't.
No.
We don't want it. Keep it to your fucking self. Like, get over yourself. Like orange creamsicle flavored seltzer water. What the fuck?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We've lost the plot.
Do you like the regular cinnamon rolls or the orange cinnamon rolls better? Have you ever had the orange cinnamon rolls?
I don't think so.
They're cinnamon rolls with like an orange icing.
I don't think I would like that. I think it
We're
would
gonna...
freaking me out too much.
Oh, dude, it's a game changer. Like, it's pretty great.
Okay.
Let's say that you accidentally ran over like an old lady, and it turns out that like somebody found your journals and it wasn't an accident, and you premeditated it, and like you just hated this person, and you finally pulled off the perfect crime, but you're in jail, and you get convicted, and you go to death row because
Not
like,
looking good for me. God.
premeditated murder on she was a nun on a nun is pretty rough. But so the day comes, it's time to be executed. What is your last meal?
I love steak, but in this situation, probably my mom's spaghetti.
Hell yeah. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you moan it, you better never let it go. What is one song that you think people would be surprised to know that you've to?
That I'd do?
That you've to?
Trying to think the weirdest one. Duel of the Fates?
What is
You know,
that? Is that like
from
a...
Star Wars?
Oh.
It's where they fight Darth Maul. So I read an article about like how pacing wise that it actually goes really good with it, and I was like, I want to try this at least once. It's an experience. You will stop and laugh halfway through and like probably pick it back up, but like you won't be able to do it straight face. Like,
so
there's no seduction here.
So I've got questions.
Okay, go on.
How long do you have to be somebody before you feel comfortable making that request? Or did you just like sneak an AirPod in and they had no idea?
You have to be very comfortable. Or you have to inception it and somehow make them think it was their idea.
You're just like walking in a world where like AI is always listening in the Googles. You're just like walking around, just like, gee, wouldn't it be nice if we just hoping that they like your Google hears it and like, maybe recommends it to your significant other based off of it. Like you're just like Darth Maul. Oh yeah.
I love the idea of just walking by and just like doing the like do 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 do, and then she's like, what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And just like you incept it, you gaslight it is what you do. You gaslight Duel of Fates into it. So then she's like, hey, I was thinking, what if we try this? And then you're the one who's like, oh, are you sure?
Why are all the lights red?
I love red lights. You don't love red lights?
Did you bake chocolate covered strawberries?
Yeah, they're double-sided.
Are there roses on the bed?
Who wouldn't put roses on the bed?
Are you wearing a...
Yeah, it's a cloak. It's a cloak. Do you like it? I got it off Etsy. Great deal. Shipping was free. Can you believe it?
You've moved a little bit, and can you also confirm you're not wearing anything under that, are you?
I never do. Not with a cloak.
Why is there an extra large bottle of KY jelly on your nightside table?
I mean, questions are great to have.
Why is it getting louder? Why is it getting louder, Christian? What's going on?
What? You want to do what?
You just said you wanted to.
Sex? You want to have sex right now? Okay. Yeah, let's come it off. Do you know why it's called the Duel of Fates? Can I go on a nerdy rant?
Please do, yeah.
Okay. Anakin Skywalker did not have a father figure. We know this to be true. So, when Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi are fighting Darth Maul, Dark Lord of the Sith, Daniel, Darth Maul with the horns, you see, they are dueling for the fate of Anakin Skywalker. That's who they're dueling for. Because if it goes the way it goes, Qui-Gon dies, Darth Maul does that bah thing, it's real cool, Qui-Gon dies. And by him dying, Obi-Wan has to take the position of a father figure for Anakin. But the thing about that is Obi-Wan didn't know how to do that. He only knew how to be a brother figure, which is, you can pinpoint, like, the Duel of the Fates going that way is that's why, like, Obi-Wan truly does fail Anakin. And he says that in, like, right before they finish their fight, he does the, I have failed you, Anakin, I have failed you. Because he really did, because he didn't know how to be that. And if Qui-Gon would not have died, he could have been that father figure, and he, like, Anakin would have been okay. He may probably not turn out that, like, to become Darth Vader and all that. And that is my nerdy rant of the week. What did you think?
I really like that. I do. That made me kind of think of like something like kind of like similar, but also like kind of serious. So I just like, I don't want to backtrack, but I feel like this is an important conversation that we need to have. And so I'm sorry if I kill the vibe, but do you think Darth Vader fucked? Like seriously, like I know that's
I think the answer is no, because he
got his dick burned
half. But I can counter this. Do you think the Emperor fucked?
Yeah, he probably had to pay for it.
So, like, my favorite thing is in a Marvel Star Wars comic book. It depicts it, Daniel, to a certain degree. It is heavily like they tell you who he's fucking, and it's wild because it's the only time in Star Wars like that I feel like you ever even acknowledge like that anyone could fuck outside of Anakin.
So here's a real question. Like that was a real question, by the way, because I had forgotten that Darth Vader, like, I kind of was like, oh, he just wears that suit because it looks cool. I forgot the whole lava, and it was a necessity to way to keep him alive, kind of like the Iron Man suit. But you think Yoda fucks?
We got to get Grogu somehow. We got to get Baby Yoda somehow.
So.
Oh, I know what you're about to do. Please, God, no. Like this, I do.
Guilty as charged. And this is going to be a reoccurring segment. I think it's just going to be called.
I like this.
Do they fuck? Here's one that's not a question; it's a statement. You know who I think fucks more in Star Wars than any of the other characters?
Who?
Chewbacca fucks.
Oh yeah, man! I would make the noise if I could, but I can't. Can you make the noise? That was so close, man.
Yeah. What do you think it sounds like when Chewbacca
Oh. Oh my god.
This has been Do They Fuck? Do you think John Williams fucks?
Who?
John Williams?
Oh, yeah. Line out the door.
piragua. Two block of ice, piragua, piragua, piragua. So sweet and nice, piragua. Tango de mango, tango de pancha, tango de fresca. Tango de mango, yo de limon. Piragua, piragua. So let's just say if you could, 5 people, no, let's say 1 person. You're on the Monstars. You get to absorb the abilities of 1 person in life. What person's abilities are you absorbing and why? Like, are you going to go for a well-rounded person? Are you going to go for like somebody who's like really talented in one area? Like, is there like something you've always wanted to do that somebody can do that maybe most people wouldn't even think about?
Let me think for a second. I would like the confidence of someone who in kindergarten was the line leader for the entire year. I feel like that stays with you.
So you're going like grassroots, like somebody we've never heard of.
Yes. It's more of a symbol.
I feel like I would Monstars John Prine, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe somebody who's really like a talented like musician and songwriter, and I could just like, because here's the thing with being a songwriter, Christian, you can just do that and then sell that shit to people, and then you're just rich. Especially like country music, and I don't really want to do country music, but like maybe I get into songwriting, and next thing you know, I'm doing what I love outside of the spotlight and getting paid buttloads. And then I get to come home and just fuck around on here as my job.
That'd be cool.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, you should do that. Quit your job.
Yeah. How often do you think about quitting your job?
I really don't. I used to, like, this job. I don't think about that with that.
Yeah. Have you shit yourself at this job?
No, not this job.
You ever told? So the other day at work, I'm just gonna be vulnerable here. Sometimes when you're pooping or you're sitting on the toilet, you also have to pee, you know? It happens. And one time I didn't realize I had to pee when I was trying to toot, and some pee came out. And it came out and it was all over the front of my pants. And I was like, oh, so I had to go home and change. That was the consensus. Like, I wasn't going back to my desk. I was going to my car. Like, that was going to happen regardless. But I told my boss that I shit my pants instead of saying that I accidentally got piss on them, because I felt
so
like
much worse.
Is it? I don't. What do you think is the pee thing is worse?
Yeah. No. Saying you shit yourself when you peed yourself.
But I didn't pee myself. Like,
That's what
I
you
like
said
accidentally
happened.
got pee. I accidentally got pee on me.
Which means you peed yourself.
But when I think of I peed myself, it means that, like, well, I didn't make it to the toilet in time. I got pee on myself.
No, you took it a step further. You got to the toilet on time. You just peed on yourself.
But I think peeing yourself is harder. Like, see, because, like, here's the thing. Like, for you to pee yourself as an adult, like, a lot of things have to go wrong, or you just have to just not be paying attention. Like, you could just, like, eat bad food and shit yourself. So for me, it was, let me just say that I shit myself, and no, like, the universe could be at fault for that. But if I say that I pissed on myself, like, there's probably going to be questions that follow up. If I said, hey Christian, I got to go real quick, I just pissed myself. What you're going to have follow up? You're just like what? You're going to have questions, right?
I think I would have just as many questions as if you shit yourself.
If I say, hey Christian, I actually shit myself, I got to go home and change, you would just be like, oh, dude, that sucks. Yeah, totally get it. Do you want to like throw your undies away in my trash can? Well, hey, here's another question. Would you let
I
me
can
throw
only
my
say this. Okay, I'm saying this as someone who had to get coverage for a teacher today because they literally shit themselves at work. There's still life to live.
Yeah, but I feel like I would rather say I shit myself because, like, oh, I changed your medications. Oh, I ate something wrong. But let's say, oh, I pissed myself. Like, oh, did I drink too much water and forget I had to go? Oh, was I too lazy to go to the bathroom? Like, oh, am I in like the implications for pissing yourself? I feel like are a worse reflection on you as a person as opposed to if you shit yourself. Like nobody's ever be like, oh, he fucking shit himself again. What a lazy piece of shit. But
But if he pissed himself, oh my god.
I just for me in that instance, it was an easy choice. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, but honestly, no, I think you're right to a certain extent that like there's only so many questions you can follow up to. I just shit myself.
It's just like if you ever tell me you shit yourself, I'm just gonna be like, I'm so sorry. And then later on, like, did you eat something bad? Like I was like, or I was like, are you okay? But like, if you're just like, hey, I have to go home because I pissed myself, I'm like, excuse me, like you're almost fucking 30 and you just pissed yourself, sir. Like, well, how did that happen?
Because you couldn't aim, you let it drip down your belt.
Did you just have to like? So here's the thing: if it like, I feel like you're not gonna leave for a couple drips. Like you're not gonna go home for that. Like the level where you're gonna leave for work, like
It's
got
a proper shoom.
Yeah, it looks like you just like pissed yourself, like like Billy Madison style, right in front of the class. Like, I'm gonna have questions if you walk out and be like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, you literally just walked into the bathroom. Like, I saw you walk.
You
into
were
the bathroom.
clean as a whistle.
And you come out of the bathroom, a place to use the bathroom, with piss on your pants. Like a lot of it that just shows that like, yeah. So that's gonna be a no for me, dog. That's my note. That's a no for me, dog of the week. That's how we'll end these episodes.
This is the second episode of Good Guy Bad Pants Show. Maybe next week we'll talk about you. I think I can collect my thoughts by then.
Yeah.
And I know Daniel's gonna be bringing things to the table.
I'm gonna leave this episode. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to think about it. And when we come back next time, I want you to have an answer for me.
I love homework.
So Sesame Street, they have a song called the Sesame Street Alphabet Song, where they go, A is for Abby, B is for Bert, C is for Cookie, D for dessert. So they do like the whole alphabet with the different characters. So I need you to tell me what you could answer this now if you know. And the only hint that I can give you, and you have to swear to God or something, swear to Norbert that you won't look it up or do any other research, and you'll come back with an answer, okay?
Okay.
You have to be able to tell me what the letter P stands for in the song. The only hint that I'll give you is that it rhymes with a word that they did for the letter N. Starts with P, and there's another word that starts with N that rhymes with it.
And we'll find out next week
On the Good Guy Bad Pants Show.